Richard Gosling, and I'm an advisor, a city advisor to CMC.
Okay. What's today's event?
Today is Law in the Community, and it's just one of CMC's projects in reaching out to the community and educating the community on, issues that impact on people's lives. I think one of the things that we'd like to do is demystify the courts. And I think, so often when individuals or family members become involved with the criminal justice system, they don't know how it operates. They're frightened. It's a traumatic situation in the first place. And so what we're trying to do is make sure that the community members know how the court systems work, that they understand under the Charter of Rights and Freedoms that everybody is entitled to a fair and equitable trial in either French or English. And that, that the judges and how they operate, the Crown operates, the defense and jury members, and the responsibilities as a community member to ensure that they are part of a court system.
Is it the first time for such an event?
No. We've been doing this now for about 4 years. We started when the courts had an opening up at West Courts, and I invited about 110 different cultural leaders that I work with to come to the opening of the courts, and I said, instead of us asking the people to come to the courts, we need to take the courts to the community. And the Chief Justice Roy McMurtry was extremely supportive, Judge Baczynski and Judge Miranda, and so we came up with Law in the Mall. And the first one that we did was in the Jane and Finch Mall at Yorkgate Mall. And we've been running them there every year for Law Week. And then we started working with different cultural groups and organizations. Judge Baczynski and Judge Miranda met with about, I think, 6 or 7 of our different leaders from the different community groups to say, what was the justice system like in your country of origin? And how are there similarities, or how can we even learn from some of the things that you've done in your other countries? And I think that's one of the things that we always look at, is, everybody always thinks Canada has the best systems, but we can always learn from other countries, from other individuals, and just to share what our experiences are here. So that's what we tried to do.
Okay. What's so different between this year's and previous event?
Well, the one today is that it's all the Asian community members that are here today. And so it's supporting their communities and letting them understand the questions and specifics for their community. We had the president of the Pakistani organization, we had the president of the Sri Lankan community, and they said that when they came from their country of origin, people may not think that the police interact in the same way, the judges don't interact in the same way, and so we wanted them to understand how the judges in those systems work here.
So what's in today's program?
We actually had a job fair, first of all, and we invited members of the Toronto Police, the Peel Police, York Region, RCMP were here, the Civilian Police Complaints Bureau was here as well, and some of the community colleges, because they have lawyer programs that young people might think of or consider for professions. And that's one of the things we also want to do with this, is to make community members realize that there are many professions that are involved with the criminal justice system that we would encourage them to consider, and that they're great jobs, that they're, whether it be with the Toronto Police or the police services, or as legal clerks, or actually looking to be judges or lawyers. And we would encourage them with the Ontario Bar Association to consider a profession in the legal system. So that was the first part of it. And then the judge and the Crown and the defense were here to talk about an actual scenario. We had a situation take place in the auditorium today, which the community was witness to, and members of the community were able to sit in on a jury situation and understand the dynamics of being a jury member. So often we hear jury, but we don't truly understand the responsibility of being a jury member and the responsibilities of being a jury member and making decisions that are fair and equitable to their peers or their other members of the community. So that is part of it. And then the opportunity after the court scenario is over is for the community members to ask specific questions, to ask the judge, to ask the Crown, to ask the defense, things that they may have questioned over the years, situations that they may have experienced themselves or family members may have experienced. The only thing that the judge will not answer questions on is regarding to a specific trial, but they'll give general answers. So, a person can say, what would happen in this situation, or what would happen in that situation, and the judge could give answers. And they're very open. I mean, this, I think, is a fabulous opportunity for the community to go, one-on-one with a judge and to be able to ask questions and to get straight answers and to have the opportunity to not just spend a couple of minutes, but a considerable amount of time in getting information that they normally wouldn't maybe get access to.
What kind of expectation of like the result about this event?
I'm sorry?
So what's the expected outcome or result for this event?
Well, we don't have any sort of measured expectations of it. I think we're very happy with the number of people that are here, and I think that's one of the successes is the number of people that have participated. And again, once we get in there to see the kind of questions, the quality of the questions, and how many questions that we have, I think will certainly be a method of measuring whether we've been successful in reaching the community and engaging the community in the court system.
Is this the annual event?
Well, we do these on a regular basis. We have an annual event for Law Week in April, and we have that every year. We hope that there'll be more and more of these mock trials in the community. We've done several in different geographical areas, but this is, I think, our second with a specific cultural group or ethnicity.
Can you give a little bit introduction about the CMC?
CMC is an umbrella organization that there's 23 member organizations, and they work in a collaborative way to celebrate Asian Heritage Month, but to support each other in projects. So for an example, if there's been a crisis overseas, for an example, the tsunami in the Philippines, this group rallied behind those immediate communities to help them overseas. And today, at our board meeting today, there was a resolution passed that we would support communities that are struggling here. Like for an example, the Japanese Cultural Center and the Chinese Cultural Center, the Tibetan communities are maybe more established and have more resources and have gone through a longer time of integration. And so they want to share their experiences and their knowledge to help other groups so that they can become more established in our communities and benefit from, being involved here and having a beautiful center like here at the Chinese Cultural Center.
Thank you.